Yo, what's good? This is Ashanti McCormick, aka Pablo Ashkabar, here with the Devil's Advocate podcast. You know how we do it on Friday nights, we got to get it going. So I got a lot of stuff to talk about, so we're going to get it going. First thing I want to talk about is, it is getting crazy, it's getting crazy out there with COVID. My fault, hold on. I want to get some more people to talk about this shit because it's been pretty long, So, soon I want to get some more people to talk about this. Probably by the next week, I want to get at least two or three people. We got to do FaceTime. I want to be safe about this, so we'll do a FaceTime. Anything to get this to get this message out there. But COVID is getting crazy out there. They got vaccines that they want to give us to prevent the COVID from happening. Now, here's the two things. This is the devil's advocate. So, we got pros and cons to this. The pros is that they could help us. And the cons, it could be something that could actually prevent us from getting this disease and spreading it to each other, because, this has been going on for too long. And the cons to this is we don't know what they're giving us. We don't really know what they're giving us. It could be anything. And and at this point, it's a risk. It's a risk or a reward type of thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I feel about it. But it's getting crazy out there, man. We got shit shutting down more. California just shut down again. Massachusetts is just infested. The South and even New York up here is just getting crazy. It's getting worse, and we're about to hit the wave 2. And if you don't believe in the wave 2, and you've obviously never seen what a disease can really do. This shit is really getting serious, and people are thinking of this shit as just a government thing. This may be a government conspiracy, my fault. This may be anything it could be, but we got to take this shit for what it is, and it's a disease, and it's spreading to everybody. It's killing multiple people. I've known a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people say that family members have died from this disease. So we got to take it serious, man. It's getting worse, and we got to do something about it. Next topic is, hold on 1 second. Let me get real quick. Matter of fact, just look it up real quick. Give me a second here, guys. This is a podcast. This is what we do. Real quick, just want to look it up real quick. So I get the right information out there. I'm not giving you guys some bullshit. 1 second. How's everybody's day going, It's a Friday night. I hope everybody's getting lit. We're trying to do it. I hope everybody's having a good time, especially with COVID being out there. It's getting crazy. It's getting worse. I hope everybody's just being safe and, doing whatever they can, at least see the bright side of things, even when we're in a tough time. 1 second. Okay, here it is. Here's one thing. We're going to talk about leukemia. And for anybody who doesn't think leukemia is a serious disease, it's getting real. That is something that really needs to be taken very lightly, and it's really something that's not really talked about much, but it's really serious. So, I know a lot of people on this podcast probably don't watch wrestling, but I do talk about WWE facts, and there will be some WWE facts going on after a little bit before the show, before this podcast ends. But a little bit about this. Brian, around November 24th, follow and subscribe to Exposed Turnbuckle. They're really good. If you watch wrestling and you like wrestling, Exposed Turnbuckle, they're a really good page on Facebook. Brian Alvarez has started rating cancer now. He said his friend had leukemia, but not the Roman Reigns leukemia, the bad leukemia. Now, I'm going to try to get the video up. Hopefully, if you can't hear it, I apologize. I'm going to try to edit this, trying to work on all this stuff before I post this, but hopefully I can I get to this part where I can hear it. But hear this and tell me what you really think about it. So we're going to get to it. One second. One second. Hold on. Give me a second. All right. So now here's what Brian Alvarez had to say about Roman Reigns. Everybody. Second. My fault, guys. My fault. Right. Something's not working. Alright. This is not how my podcast usually be, but this is... Okay, wait, hold on. I got it.
Bad.
Alright.
But he is now a leukemia survivor.
So this is what Brian Alvarez pretty much had to say about Roman Reigns' leukemia. And I know you guys think leukemia may not be as serious, but leukemia is literally it's pretty much cancer 2.0, but it attacks your bone marrow. But this is what this asshole Brian Alvarez had to say on a Wrestling Observer Live.
But hear me out. Reminds me of my buddy Wayne, because Wayne had leukemia. And he did not have the Roman Reigns leukemia. It was bad. Bad. But he is now a leukemia survivor.
I just want to say for his friend who has leukemia, I pray for you, and I hope that you do get the help that you need to overcome and survive this. Leukemia is not a joke. But for this man to say that it's the Roman Reigns, it's not the Roman Reigns leukemia, that is fucking bullshit. Don't think that just because he's Roman Reigns, don't think just because he's the big dog in wrestling, don't think just because he's this big figure, meaning his leukemia isn't the same as everybody else's. His leukemia, even now, it looks like he's just not as good as he's not feeling as well as he should be. I've seen it even tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. It didn't look like he was at the health that he should be. And this shit should be taken more seriously than what a lot of people are taking it as. But I'm just going to say, for Brian Alvarez, you're an asshole, and it's not funny, because I've known a lot of people that have lost people in their life thanks to cancer, and their lives have been completely changed thanks to cancer. So for you to say something like that, and God forbid if something happened to Roman Reigns, his family's going to be devastated, just the same way anybody's family who has leukemia, anybody's family whose family member died of leukemia would feel. So take that, and if you ever listen to this podcast, really know that how much I think that you're an asshole. And you may not care, but I don't care either. So you're an asshole, Brian Alvarez, and I hope your friend gets help, but that doesn't excuse for the piece of shit that you are. Bottom line of that is that I want to talk about also is wrestling. So basically, I don't know, this is for my wrestling fans, so anybody who's a wrestling fan, tune in. Anybody who's not a wrestling fan but still likes to listen to it, tune in. Anybody who's not a wrestling fan who doesn't care about it, fuck off. But here you go. WWE is one of my favorite sports. Is wrestling. AEW is one of my favorites. I care about pro wrestling so much. Like WWE, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, FTW, all of them. Like it goes down the list, and I watch all of them. I study all these wrestlers, and I don't understand the whole concept of it's getting crazy out here with the COVID, and I know that they want to bring more fans in here, and I know they want that they want that feel back, but they need to relax, because like this shit is getting serious. I know with AEW, they're really blowing up right now. They're getting really good, and I'm glad for that. But you guys got to understand that this shit is still serious, and that even if you want to bring crowds in, they got to start wearing masks. And Kevin Owens made a good point about that, because Kevin Owens, the wrestler, had a family member, I believe his grandmother, die from COVID, and it's getting serious. No matter, regardless if they had something before, and maybe it was that disease that killed him, and it wasn't even the COVID. But regardless, we got to take this shit seriously. We really got to take this shit seriously. So if you are going to attend any type of games, NFL, NBA, if you're going to attend, if you're going to go to the mall or anything, just wear a mask. It's not that hard. Like, I'm not going to risk, I don't want my mom to die, and I go in my mother's house the same way I go into the store. I wear a mask, and hell, even like, because I know my mom is not feeling as well. And you guys really got to take that in consideration, because I know a lot of you think that this shit is a joke, and it's really not a joke. This shit is really serious, and it's getting out of hand. But with that being said, I hope everybody's having a good night. I hope everybody's being safe. I've been having some issues with my neighbor. I just want to say this real quick. Fuck you. If you have a shithole neighbor, let them know that they're a piece of shit. Because at the end of the day, they don't pay your fucking rent. You pay your rent. You can do what you fucking please. In the means of being respectful, I get respect when respect is given, and even when I give respect, and you don't give me that respect back, I'm not gonna be the same respectful person. I'm gonna go 50 Cent on your ass. So with that being said, if you have a shithole neighbor, don't let them talk to you. If you have a shithole landlord, don't let them talk to you any type of way. And I know everybody's like, "Oh, they're my landlord. No, I can't just tell them anything." Fuck them, because at the end of the day, you gotta learn your laws. You gotta learn your rule. You gotta learn the law. Like, you giving them rent. They can't bug you. They can't piss you off. They can't be annoying you. My landlord is harassing the shit out of me, and I'm getting tired of it, man. Because at the end of the day, I got neighbors who just don't give a fuck about morals. And at the end of the day, I had my neighbor, and I'm going to close with this. My neighbor told me from the jump that I moved, from day one that I moved in this house, that she did not care if I smoked or not. And she cares because she smokes too. So with it being COVID and stuff, I just, during the summer, I enjoyed myself. I relaxed and stuff. It was my first ever apartment and stuff. I played my music and stuff, and she had no problem with it. Now that she's not having guys over and that she has her cousin over, she wants to make a big deal out of it. And with that being said, I'm not just let you know, if you want to call the police on me. Because at the end of the day, I'm doing what I'm doing what I need to fucking do. I'm about to start a job. I'm about to work my ass off, and you're not going to tell me on a fucking Friday or Saturday night that I can't blast. I'm not going to not blast, but I'm not going to bump music to the level that's respectful to the other neighbors, including you. And you're not going to just come up to me and and not even try to talk shit, but call the police or to landlord. You're not going to be a man and come to me like a man, and man up and come to me like an adult. No, I'm not going to deal with that. So with that being said, if you have an asshole neighbor and you know that they're being an asshole with a reason and a motive, tell them to go fuck themselves. With that being said, I hope everybody's having a good night. Have a good Friday. Peace, love, and all that good shit. Peace out. Love. Get lit.